accompaniment, that tarbiyah, that personal one-on-one. Otherwise, if you don't have that one-on-one and you only take your knowledge from books, then you will fall into grave errors and you will not even know about it. So Musa, Imam al-Bukhari says, was the first human being to ever travel for the sake of knowledge. And he opened up the door for all future students of knowledge to go study overseas, to travel for Islamic knowledge. Who was the first human being to leave his land, to leave his place, and to go study with another sheikh and another alim, in this case another prophet? The first human being to do this was Musa alayhi salam. And he opened the door for all of us who now walk in his footsteps as well. So Musa says to Khadr, allow me to follow you so I can gain some knowledge. And this shows us ultimate knowledge is gained by being with a sheikh, by accompanying a sheikh. That is the best, the ideal way of gaining knowledge. So Khadr says, and Khadr knows Musa more than Musa knows Khadr, remember. Khadr says, oh Musa, إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. You're not going to have patience to bear with me. You don't have enough sabr to be with me. And Musa alayhi salam insists, he says, I do have enough patience, I will be patient. And this is a test that Khadr is giving to Musa. Are you really eager? And it is very common for scholars, for people of high caliber to test those below them, to see, are you really worthy or not? So he dismisses him. You can't come with me. And Musa persists, dismissing again, persists. So when he sees that persistence, which is what Khadr wants to see, then Khadr says, okay, I have but one condition. One condition. If you wish to follow me, then do not ask of anything that I do until I am the one who tells you. Do not question anything that I do. Can you do this? And Musa promises him, قال ستجدني إن شاء الله صابرا ولن أعصي لك أمرا. You will find me patient and I will not disobey this command of yours. I'm not going to disobey. I will follow patiently. I will see what you do and not question. The story goes on, and this story is the purpose of my lecture. The talk today is about how we understand evil. The talk today is about how we understand evil. And the story of Musa and Khadr aptly demonstrates how we understand the existence of evil. Why does evil exist? What are some of the wisdoms and benefits of pain, suffering, torture, death, loss, affliction? Why does Allah Azza wa Jal send these things upon us? The story of Musa and Khadr is beautifully symptomatic of extracting points of benefit for the existence of evil in humanity. The first of these three stories, and these are three stories, all of you in this audience have read them, have heard them. The first of these three stories, Musa and Khadr, they don't have any money on them. Pause here, think about it. The two greatest human beings alive, and their pockets are empty. They don't have cash. So they come across, they need to cross the ocean or a river, they need to get to the other side. They don't have money to pay somebody. So they ask for people to take them for free. Who can take us across to the other side? We don't have any money. So they find a group of poor fishermen. A group of fishermen have pooled their resources together and purchased an old dinghy boat. Just an old boat that they can fish on. So they generously say, okay, Musa, Khadr, Bismillah. They don't know who they are, obviously. They don't know who these two people are. But they're generous. And wallahi, it's amazing that it is the poor who are always more generous than the rich. It is the poor who have the bigger hearts. It is the poor who are willing to share. And it is the rich who are more stingy and miserly. And these are things that scientific studies have proven in our times. So these poor fishermen say, Yalla Bismillah, ta'al, tafaddal, come with us, you are our guests. So Musa and Khadr come on to the ship. And when the fishermen are busy fishing on the top, Khadr comes down into the hull of the ship and he pulls out an axe and he begins to chip away inside the hull of the ship. Now, Musa is shocked. These fishermen have been generous with their time, with their money. They offered to carry us across. And now when they're busy earning their livelihood, toiling and painting on top, you come and you're gonna drown their ship? But Khadr has told him, you cannot question me. So he chips away, and the hull begins to flood with water. The fishermen don't know what's happening. The boat is going back and forth. They quickly take their boat back to the shore. In the chaos and the confusion, Musa and Khadr rush away. And Khadr says to him, قَالَ أَخَرَقْتَهَا لِتُغْرِقَ أَهْلَهَا لَقَدْ جِئْتَ شَيْئًا إِمْرًا. How could you have cut a hole, carved a hole into the ship? Its inhabitants would have drowned, its fishermen would have drowned. Surely what an evil thing you have done. And Khadr reminds him, قال ألم أقل إنك لن تستطيع معي الصبر. Didn't I tell you you couldn't be patient, O Musa? Didn't I tell you? And Musa had genuinely forgotten. He had actually forgotten. Allah knows how long it had been, maybe 3 days, 5 days, 7 days after they're walking. Allah knows how long. So he's genuinely forgotten. And so he says to Khadr, قال لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت ولا ترهقني من أمري عسرا. Don't rebuke me for having forgotten, and don't make my